Alright, now we are doing a 10-round Fright Tower. And I try to pick whatever I thought was Halloween-esque. So we got Refer Lantern, Alacranix, Indylichen, and Grylankin. So let's open with Lichen. Gotta be honest, I've never really liked Lichen. Because I don't think its kit works with it very well, especially since the cloak on it. I hate that. There's nothing wrong with my connection, it's the stupid game. Especially with the cloak on it, it goes off even if you get off your minor precise counter. Stupid. And like, people only use it higher up in like shores and such because of the simple fact that it's a cunning, and we don't have that many good cunnings in the game at the moment because Jam City thinks it's a spectacular idea to just add in all these overpowered fierces, or just these really good fierces like Tyrannometrodon, Alacranix got a buff, Constrictoraptor, even though it's not really that good, it's just good for revenge kills. They buffed Thor, and that kind of hurt Ref a little bit. Trying to think of whatever other fierce ones. Gem God, even though it says resilient, it's actually a wild card because Shielding Alert Rampage breaks shields and goes through armor, which is what defense shattering moves do, or fierce moves. Yes, it may not cleanse vulnerability, but it still acts as a defense shattering move at least. But if we go into here, the fierces that they added in are Tyrannokyrie, Thylos Intrepidus, which I'm not upset about that. I love how they got buffed. I've always said they will get a buff, and they got one. Tyrannometrodon, which I mentioned prior. Pyrorhexis, even though it's falling off the meta, because it got an undeserved and unneeded nerf, and it kind of pushed Rixis off my team, and I replaced it with Dracovinator. People still use Anopsionics, even though Cunnings kind of have a better upper hand now because it got a really good nerf. A nerf that it actually needed. And then Atrocimolic. I'm not really too fussed about Atrocimolic because, in my opinion, at least, I think Atrocimolic needs a buff. Because if we go to the resistances on it, 50% resistant to stun, reduced damage, and then 33 to damage over time, and then 50 to vulnerability. That sucks. Like, it should get vulnerability, immunity, speed decrease immunity, stun immunity, and then I don't know what else, because I think that's really all it needs in terms of resistances. And then moves I really think are fine. But instant stunning impact is exactly the same as Sarah Magnus's instant charging impact. It does everything the exact same. The description are the exact same. It's just the icon and the names are different, which is just really weird to me. And then the big fierces that were introduced that just kind of run the meta, kind of, I guess. Sunga Scorpius. This thing is busted. Like, Enfeebling Rampage, if anything, it should get a delay. Because if we go to Alacranix, its Telzin move has a delay and a cooldown of 3, even though it's just a critical decimation move. That's all it is. I really think if anything, Sunga Scorpius should get a nerf. Nerf the counter, because the counter's absolutely busted, because if you get pinned by, say, a Tyrannometrodon with Immobilizing Strike, you're pinned, Sunguscorpius cleanses, and then it can swap out, which I really do not think that is how swap should work, because you're pinned after the action phase. You're done. You should not swap anymore. But Sunguscorpius gets to then counter, cleanse, and get out of dodge. I do not agree with that. And then another one is Ceratosaurus. Even though I really don't think Ceratosaurus is that good, it's still like it's still highish in the meta. But I think Lacerate is honestly a pretty bad move because it's just a lethal. It's a lesser lethal wound essentially. It's just it does 25% more damage, but then it also does like 8.4% less DOT over the 4 turns, but it has a cooldown of 3 compared to 2. I just think Lacerate's kind of a bad move, but I guess the only thing that's important on it is just the fact that it does 1.25, and like that Lacerate can really hinder Tyrannometrodons, for instance, useless, because Tyrannometrodon has god-awful resistances. Like, I think it should be stun immune. I think its DOT should be 50%, and then, if anything, reduce damage 25%, because 15 is too low. And Ferocious Cleansing Strike should cleanse before it attacks, like Allosaurus Gen 2's Cleansing Shattering Strike, or whatever it's called. And then Tyrant's Roar, it's just a pretty bad roar compared to everything else. Styracosaurus Lux. Styracosaurus is my favorite Ceratopsian, and the fact that it is nowhere as good as, say, Dracovinator and Ceratosaurus, being one of the 4 unique non-hybrids, along with Nemingia, which is event exclusive, and you only get it from incubators or that glitch when this update first released. I have a lot to nitpick about this game. And like, I've gone to Jam City and be like, hey, this is what I think you should do to improve the state of your game. And yesterday, they got back to me, and then they proceeded to say, oh, we appreciate the time that you take to give us feedback on our game. And how my input to them is quote-unquote invaluable. And like, I think my advice to them can actually really help them, because IDGT, he will never say a single bad thing about Jam City, because he just won't. And then, like, I'll say, hey, you need to nerf this, that, buff this, that. And, like, they have listened before in the past. Like, a few months ago, I don't know when it was, but it was before, the Shadow nerf buff happened, because I had suggested to him, hey, you need to nerf Atrocodiscus, you need to nerf Psionics. And a few updates later, or something like that, they ended up doing it. Like, it's like they listened, and then, I think I might have mentioned something about Dracovinator not being that good and potentially buffing it, but I don't think they did. And I think I might have said something about Compsoraptor, but I don't remember. But, like, I suggested to them that since we are in a fierce meta, we've been in a fierce meta for a long time, I said there needs to be a change. Instead of buffing all these, what are they called? Instead of buffing these fierces, like Alacranics, yes, Alacranics needed it, but we don't really need fierces, but I guess they're only giving us good fierces because maybe fierces are easier for them to make compared to cunnings and resilience. But I think they're just doing it because Gem God needs counters, and now the counters for Gem God off the top of my head that are 100% definite are Phyllis Intrepidus, Alacranix, but it has to have a specific build. Alacranix, I think the build for it has to be 16, 11, 3, I believe, which is what I'm going for on mine. That kills a Gem God no matter what the health is, no matter what the attack is, no matter what. Just gonna go for disarming. Yep. And I said, instead of introducing these cunnings that you keep it like that are coming to a game like Nemingia, the Covinator, those buff the current cunnings that we do have. And I suggested to them that they buff Ref, because Ref used to dominate the meta. Like, I think, if I remember correctly, it was the longest reigning creature in the meta, I think. Maybe next to the sauropods from like earlier in the game, for like Ardentis Maxima and Gemini Titan. Gemini Titan, I'm sorry. And like, but I think if anything, if they keep up with what they're doing, Sungascorp is gonna stay in the meta, which is unfortunate, but it's whatever. Because they're not gonna listen to us. Might as well just learn to adapt, which is what people have been doing inadvertently, and it's just really annoying because they tell us in like updates and like patch notes and stuff. They're like, people's input to us is invaluable and all this stuff. It's like, okay, well, if you actually listen to the community, then you would actually know what we want. They don't listen to us. Like, we don't want all these busted fierces being introduced. We didn't want Pomona Scorpius. We didn't want Sungascorp. But, like, they said their image, because inadvertently, no matter what they say, they don't care. I swear to God, if they do not fix this error occurred thing. Because there's nothing wrong with my connection. There's nothing wrong. Because if they don't fix it, like, this game is gonna die within maybe 2 years, tops, if anything. There we go. Like, they do, like, they said before in, patch notes, they've said that they've done, sorry if I'm saying a lot, I apologize. But in a few patch notes, they say that they thank the people that have taken the time to participate in their polls of things. But I've been asked, what polls are you talking about? Because like, there's nothing out to the public. The only polls that you give us are like for events like they've done for the Raid Festival ones, the Cherry Festival, Cherry Blossom Festival thing. Like, they done the polls for that, but like, that's just to see, hey, what creatures would you like to be able to dart during these events? That's all they give to the public. And then they said, well, they can't give out that information because that's all private. And it's like, okay, then why is it private? Why can't you at least tell me what the polls were about that people were voting on? Like, that's really sus. Because, like, we don't know what it is. Because Jam City refuses to be transparent with the community. And it's really frustrating and it sucks. If they don't want their game to die within the next 2 years. I'm only giving Jurassic World Alive 2 more years tops. That's it. If they don't listen to us, their game's gonna die. And if you stop to think about it, really all Jam City cares about is money, and it shows. Because they have all the authors in the game, and then they make everything exclusive, like Nemingia. They made it exclusive, and it's only been in incubators. They've made Styracosaurus Lux is another great example, because the only way to get Styracosaurus Lux has been through buying Premium Pass and Grand Premium Passes. And then I think it was in maybe 2 or 3. That's it. It was only in 2 or 3 darting events. That's it. Everything else, it's been in the store, it's been in the passes, you've had to buy it. It shows how stingy they are with their money. And it sucks. And sorry if it seems like I'm going off on a bit of a tangent. I am. I apologize. It's just, I'm trying to give more commentary, I suppose, on this strike event, especially since it's 15 minutes long. Not 15 minutes long, apologies. It's a 10-round thing. And another thing with Gem City, this year, with the Halloween events, it's been pretty, disappointing with the Halloween event. Because I think one year for the darting, I think that was one of the only times Grylankin was available to dart, I think, if I remember correctly. It was a couple years ago, though. And, that just this year's been pretty lackluster in my opinion, because like if I look at the current weekly events for Halloween Part 1 and Part 2, because I think they're only doing Part 1 and 2, because yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, but I just think it's been pretty lackluster. I think the only good things that have been in the Halloween events are the stupid Omegas that they keep adding in, which is a whole nother topic. They need to stop adding in Omegas. Nobody wants them, nobody likes them, nobody loves them. They break the game. Because if they do a common tournament, you don't see commons dominating the tournament. You see Omegas, because the top people will only be using Omegas, and the only top people with the Omegas, they have their Omegas already maxed or almost maxed, so they have them above a level 21, and they have all the abilities unlocked, which is bullcrap, in my opinion. And besides the Omegas that are being introduced in the events that they're having us being able to dart, they I think this week they had Pantherator available to dart for the unique, and then I forget what else it was. I didn't have a good look, but it didn't look very promising, and last week was not very promising either. It was not very good in my opinion. I think I only darted maybe 1 or 2 Magiocosauruses because they're new. I didn't have them. Okay, here's my chance to get the new Omega that they introduced, so I darted it twice. I think, and that's it. Because I don't like Clever Girl, because that's not even her canon name. Her canon name is the big one, yet they named her Clever Girl, even though that is not her name. That's just false. It's ignorant, really, in my opinion. I don't really like Fukui Raptor. I like Ushasaurus, Yuxusaurus, however you say it. I've seen different pronunciations for it. I like Stegoros, however you say it. Stegoros, I don't know. I like them. I think I only like them because I think they look pretty cool. Because Stegoros, I like it because the tail on it looks like a leaf. I think, look, I have to create my Magiocosauros for you guys. And I think it just looks really cool. If we go through, I like 93. I like the 93 Classic T-Rex. Even though the design is poor, it's literally just a reskinned Epic Tyrannosaurus Rex. I like it just because like it's fun to use in raids, and it's pretty good in tournaments because compared to Tyrannometrodon, it's faster than it, base speed, because I have mine max speed because it's a fierce, so might as well go a little nitro, I suppose. And it can one-shot things, like it can one-shot Pulmonoscorpius and it can one-shot Sungoscorpius. But the only problems there is that both scorpions can then swap out, because 93 doesn't have 6 moves until like other Omegas do. It only has the Rending Counterattack, it has Alert, Rampage, Overthrow, Immobilizing Impact, Invulnerable, Devour Impact, and Emboldening Alert. Okay, enough on 93. I like Yushi. I like Yuxi Yushisaurus. However, it's said. I've heard different names, and I've looked it up how to say it, because it's what, Korean or something. It's some kind of Asian. Oh, China. Okay, yeah, it's Chinese. Okay, I like. Oh my lord, I like Yushi because I just like the overall design, and I think it is one of, if not the only, Ankylosaurs with a unique animation. Because Territorial Strike, I don't think any other Ankylosaur has that. But I think it's just really cool overall, but I do think it's a little lackluster because it doesn't have that stun resistance. It's pretty good outside of it not having stun resistance or immunity. And then another one I said, was Stegoros, whatever you want to say. I like it because I really like the tail on it. It looks really cool. And it really just does look like a Stegosaur mixed in with an Ankylosaur. I think it looks real cool. And then, I don't mind Australotitan. I don't mind it, but it's not one of my favorites. It's up there. But then another one I like is Allura Titan, because it just looks so pretty. Because like, if it's done roaring at me, look at the crest. It's a beautiful pink color. It just looks like a good design overall. Yes, it looks a little bit like Iguanodon, as Ichthyovenator, however it is, looks like a Suchomimus in my opinion. I don't see too much Iguanodon. I see a little bit of Iguanodon in its face. But if we go to Bajatanodon, it really does look a little bit like Iguanodon. I will say that. That's the only nitpick I have about Allura Titan, is that with the Omegas, they have them look almost identical to other creatures. 93 is just a reskinned Epic Tyrannosaurus. Toro. I don't like him. I don't like Toro at all. I hate him. Fukui Raptor. Kind of just looks like Velociraptor, kind of. Koreanosaurus. Can't really tell because it's so tiny. Such a tiny dinosaur, which is the only scaled down or scaled up dinosaur in the game. Clever Girl is literally just reskinned Velociraptor. Segnosaurus. I haven't got too much of a good look at it. Segnosaurus is pretty much just a more feathered Therizinosaurus. And I don't like the Therizinosaurus we have in the game because it looks... I just hate it. But then everything else is kind of fine, I suppose. Okay. Let's get back into the Fright Strike. Okay, and let's do new things because we've used all 4 of these already. Did I use Ref? Yeah, because... Okay. So let's do Thylos. Do Gorgotrabex. Spinoconstrictor. And Hydroboa. Screw it. There's just so much in this game that I have to nitpick about, and people are like, oh, why do you complain all the time? It's like, because apparently I'm the only one who has a conscience. I'm the only one who's not apparently controlled by Jam City, and I actually voice my opinions. Stupid. And again, I apologize for the tangents that I've gone off on. I apologize. But other than that, how are y'all's days going so far? How are y'all's day going so far? I hope it's going all well. Mine's going all well too. I just woke up not too long ago. I woke up and then I'm like, you know what? I'll make my tilt videos now. My tilt video now. So I went ahead and did that. You're gonna go through your destination. Strike or destination? Oh, okay, you strike. Okay. I'm still in test. Another mistake. Okay. But I hope y'all's day is going well so far, as is mine, as I said. Spinal Tasukus. You're dead. Bye-bye. See, and that was another coming that I suggested to Jam City that they buff. I suggested that they buff Gorga Trebex. Because Gorga Trebex, when it was first released with Mortem Rex, Hydros Lux, and Sarah Magnus, the first 4 OG Apexes, however you want to say it. I say it both ways, because there's 2 ways to say it. I suggested that they buff Gorga Trebex. Instead of wasting their money and time and other resources into creating all these new cunnings and all these other things. Come on. Okay, good. And if you guys didn't know, a little tip on seeing whether if you were stunned, you were pinned, whatever the case may be, when they perform the action during the action phase, you just click on them and then it'll say, oh, you were pinned or you're stunned. It's like, okay, good, I don't have to worry. Oh, God. Okay. I'm gonna be faster than Lexi. It didn't even attack? What? That's weird. God, come on. Perfect. How much do I do here? Like 8,000? 8,600. Okay. Stop giving me an error code. My internet connection is fine. How many bars of internet do I have? I have 4 out of 5 bars of internet. There's nothing wrong. You're just moronic and ignorant. Okay, good. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Indotaurus, Erlodominus, and Pyrorhixus. Let's do Sinocodoraptor. What about a Trosomolic? I'll do a Trosomolic. I could do Parasithops. I don't think I did Giganix. Did I do Giganix? I can't remember. I'll just do Kyrie. And another gripe I have with Jam City is that there is a pretty decent amount of, like, not decent amount, like, there are a lot of creatures in the game that don't even have a hybrid. Like Velociraptor, Lemkin, Sinocodoraptor, Scutophysion, Coolimus, Glyptoceras, or Glyptoceras, I apologize, Glyptoceras, Vinci-Fion, I hated Chossimolic's design. It needs a crest. You're dead. Bye-bye. So it takes rend damage. So well, I'm dead here anyway, so might as well. Oh. Okay. I thought I was gonna go for Rampage Strike. Dodge. Or my dead because of the vulnerability. Nope, I'm dead. And it went through my dodge too. Wonderful. But just going back to the whole hybrid thing, there are a lot of creatures in this game that don't have hybrids. And it's annoying. I remember when Karat was meta. It was annoying. If you used it, it's the same with Gather Kairos. You have no skill. Because all you had to do was maybe a little swapping. And then you could just heal, attack, heal, attack, heal, attack, and you're invincible. Okay. I have a nosebleed. Fantastic. But this game, since release, like 6-7 years ago, it's gone downhill, and it's only gone downhill because Jam City bought out Media, and now Media has pretty much no say in how their game is made. It's all Jam City's decisions. It sucks, but hopefully in time they will come to their senses and give us a better game. Don't really need that because I have my 2 ready, tier 2 ready, and Spino Gen 2. Okay. Alright, I think that's going to have to wrap up this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.